What's the deal? I go by the name of Biz Billa, and welcome back to BYC Gaming. This is episode number 2 of our Madden series featuring my Detroit Lions. It's not my team in real life, but I love them. For Madden 20, man, we done turned them around. As you can see right here, we done picked up a lot of players, developed a lot of players in the X Factors. If you haven't seen episode number 1, you don't know I got Saquon Barkley amongst others on my roster. And this week, we on the road. We going to Cincinnati, man. They built a new stadium. It's going to be very interesting to see what Cincinnati guys going on. They got a bad record, but I never let that make me look ahead on the schedule or anything like that, because you never know what can happen. Let's go ahead and toss up Jonathan Coachman up in Cincinnati.
This is Madden football on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Touchback, and it comes out to the 25.
Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our quarterback that has helped us win 7 of 8. We're talking about number 12, Justin Herbert, the Oregon Duck. You see he's had solid numbers this year, and we're going up against the Bengals defense that I'm not too sure about, not too familiar with a lot of these names, so I didn't go into it straight up blindly, just thinking that we were going to run through the Bengals. I did see that they had former Dallas Cowboy linebacker. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm going to go ahead and skip over that. I hate pronouncing people's names, so we're going to go ahead and skip over that. What we're going to do is get right to this first down on 4th down. You see me making things shake early. We throwing the ball to my man Hop, tight end, you know what I'm saying, the safety blanket as I call him. And then you see me throwing it over the middle right here to my dog Kenny Galladay. I gotta squeeze my voice, man. I ain't even feeling too good today. Coronavirus, y'all. I don't know why my voice sounds like that. Nonetheless, touchdown right here. We go ahead and send the squad up by 2 scores. J.K. Dobbins rolls into the end zone. I'm really disappointed by how it sounded trying to sing out the lyrics right there. Nonetheless, J.K. Dobbins rolls into the end zone. Possession lead. They got a field goal on us, so I'm thinking, okay, we can just play as if we have the lead. You know, play comfortably, control that clock, and so on and so forth. But then right here, you see a big play made by Blake Martinez over the middleman. He picks it off. And Justin Herbert's got to be feeling confident. He's got to be feeling like it's time to go to the end zone, make a play. But somebody's making a play, but it's not us, man. Number 30, I don't even know who that is. I can't even see his name right there. But clearly he's an X Factor. He's a captain on this defense. Man, he makes a great play right there, picks it off in the corner. I promise you I'm going to start learning some of these names as we get further along into the franchise. But, man, beautiful play right there. Just picked it off, got the 2 feet down. I actually wanted to challenge it to make sure that he did come down with it. The results were he did. Nonetheless, the defense gets a stop. We come down and get a stop, but it doesn't matter because Herbert throws the ball away again. The only good thing about this situation is, as you can see, is at the end of the second quarter, so we're not in too bad of a predicament, but nonetheless, we definitely want to clean up on some of those errors if we want to close out and win this game in the second half. Let's go ahead and check out halftime.
So let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the Vikings who are out in front. The Vikes trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our...
So as we get back into the second half, I don't know if you guys peeped that at the halftime report by Jonathan Coachman. The Saints were making it interesting. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to look too far ahead, but we've got them on the schedule in New Orleans, big NFC matchup. But the way we were playing coming out in the beginning of this half, we must have been looking at the stats and at the scoreboard and at New Orleans, because the Bengals came out and pretty much put our backs against the wall early, man. They went out, came out, had a quick drive, got a quick score, as you can see. Washington with the touchdown, dancing on us in the end zone. And I can't lie, I'm sitting here wondering how this happened so fast. Nonetheless, they go for two right here. And this is where, you got to make a statement. Boom, right off the line. My dog Woodby coming off the line from the safety spot, making a big sack. They don't get no two-point conversion, no bueno, no good. Nah, not for you. So Ellinger, I think I say how you pronounce the Bengals quarterback's name. I mean, he got off to a solid start. He's kind of playing as a game manager, but we're turning the ball over so much that we're giving him shots to still make shit happen. Look at this. In the third quarter, we go ahead and we start off, and man, we're moving backwards. You see, we already got a long third down ahead of us. Herbert's got to make a play, man. Got to look for our playmakers. Play action right here. He throws it down the field. And who else but Tariq Black, the Michigan standout, man. Hometown hero. Making a big play down the field, man. That's good enough for a first down and then some. You see he's talking his trash to those Bengals defenders, man. And I can tell you, man, there's three guys, really four on this team that make this offense so powerful. It's Hawkinson, you know what I'm saying, the Gronkowski-like tight end. We got Saquon Barkley, who makes plays every time he touches the ball pretty much. And then we got those two receivers, Galladay and Black, man. Galladay makes a lot of big plays, man. And somebody else I like giving the ball to on the goal line, man, the roaring lion, as I call him, man, my near dog Nick Bowden. Man, big touchdown. Walked up the middle, man. The fullback gets in there for a 6. And once again, it's feeling like we're in control of this game. But once again, we gotta make sure that the defense comes through on the other end as we get another look at Nick Bowden making a play. Here you see on the other side of the football, Cincinnati came down and got a field goal. They put 3 on the board. That's the end of the third quarter. You see they had a pretty solid third quarter. What's going to happen in this fourth? I'm going to just go ahead and spoil it. It's going to get interesting. Here's Justin Herbert here to start the fourth quarter off. He's looking to make a play, but instead he holds on to the ball too long. He gets sacked right here. And then he drops back to throw. I'm going to be honest, man, this is one of those situations where you're being overly aggressive. Just glad I didn't throw the pick in that situation. Ends up being the fourth down. We punt it. We do the right thing. But nonetheless, man, the Cincinnati Bengals make a big play. Blocking the punt, man, returning it for 6. And that one hurts, man. At this point, I'm looking like, man, the odds are against us, right? No, not at all. We are still in the lead. 21-19. Let's go ahead and make some shake. Saquon Barkley not giving up, man. Still running hard. You see he's over 100 yards at this point. Trying to make some shake in that fourth quarter. The drive's still going. We try to go off and throw a little screen pass here. Woo, what a move by J.K. Dobbins. It's a big first down. We need that. Let's keep the ball moving. Justin Herbert, once again, behind the center. Calls for some motion. There's a play action right there. Throws it. Who else could it be? T.J. Hawkinson, man. Surprisingly, if I'm not mistaken, they said this is his first touchdown on the season, which is very surprising for my dog T.J., man. Excuse me. Nonetheless, I guess I'm so excited. I forced myself to have the hiccup. TJ gets his first touchdown of the season, and hopefully if he can stay healthy throughout the rest of the year, that will be the first of many, many more for the Detroit Lions tight end as he celebrates in the end zone, giving us a big, big cushion here in the fourth quarter. But as I said, things get interesting. It's not over yet. Ehlinger is not giving up, man. He drops back, he throws right here, makes a nice pass to Joe Mixon, who just churns it into much more than it should have been, man. It should have been a simple little 4 or 5 yard gain, but instead he breaks a tackle, gets hella yards after the catch. Great run by Joe Mixon, man. I got to actually see that again, man. Can we run that one back? That was a great play by the Cincinnati running back. I give respect where props are due, man. There you see, he shakes one defender. He shakes one of my fastest players on my team. Then he proceeds to break a few tackles and almost beats Tracy Walker in a foot race. Nonetheless, it's first down, fourth quarter, just under 7 minutes to go in the fourth. What a one-handed catch right there, man. These Bengals are fighting, man. That's all I'm going to tell you. These Bengals are fighting, man. Right here, make a big play, big tackle. Fourth down it is. They got to go for the field goal. Seems like they're going to settle for 3, right? Just waiting for the kick. There it is. Nonetheless, it's getting hot down here, man. I try to add a little suspense there. I try to make y'all think there was going to be something in that. There's no suspense here. We tried to make a play right there. Nothing's shaking, man. You see we lose yards on the play. And then Herbert back right up the middle. Another bomb over the middle, but my man fumbles the rock, man. Big fumble at a bad time. We were pushing the ball down the field. We were getting ready to drive again. I probably should have played a little bit more conservatively to work on that clock, but I did not want to give Cincinnati another chance to have the ball in good field position, so I played a little too aggressively. As you can see, Tyreek Black wide open, but he's surrounded by Bengals. They play aggressively. They make a play on the ball. Now let's switch to the other side of the ball. Ehlinger trying to push that rock for the Cincinnati Bengals team with just about 2 minutes left in the game. He makes a pass right here, and it's a short one. Getting closer to that 2-minute corner. Second down here. Oh, man. Big drop right there, man. Would have given him a first down, but he drops it. Another pass right here. He picks it up anyway. Doesn't matter. Big first down once again. Let's see what we got here, man. This is the interesting part right here, man.
Making the plays necessary and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Drops back and pass. I mean, he's just making plays. It's looking like he's going to make something shake, but once again, another drop in the red zone. Drops back to pass on third down. Oh, he almost made it shake again, but he throws it out of the back of the end zone. I'm thinking, all right, I'm good. One more play. That's all we got to do. We good money. We're going to win. We're going to wrap this up. We got this. Oh, we ain't got nothing, man. In the back of the end zone, almost at the exact same spot where the last incompletion was. Washington is wide open for the TD. And now with this extra point coming up next, boom. Just like that, we are down by 1 with just under a minute and 30 plus some change, man. I'm feeling the pressure right now. Herbert drops back to pass, man. I don't know what I was doing right here, but he made something shake. Herbert has eyes in the back of his head. I don't know how he saw Dobbins right there. Then he throws it out of bounds to Saquon Barkley. This is his first reception of the game. That's good enough for a first down. Then another big pass. He gets it here to Kenny Galladay. And man, look, they called timeouts. They tried to make us as nervous as possible. They wanted to block that kick. You see that signal flashing on the board right there, but no. Nothing is stopping my dog Josh Lambo from knocking down this field goal right here, giving us a 2-point lead late in the game. Man, boy, these things get interesting down the line. So here we go. Cincinnati's got another chance to make something shake on the last shot of the game. They throw it downfield, but nope, it was not to be. And somehow, some way, we make it out of the game with a victory, man. Cincinnati gave us a fight, man. Once again, I told you they're tough, but let's see what
this ball game at the end. The Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So for Detroit, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home. 28-30, they could be in some trouble.
So there you see we were able to hold on to the win against Sam Ehlinger and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, my man Saquon Barkley gets to take all those big weeks of play, and he can get up for another game. He's playing against his former squad, the New York Giants, man. They let him go. They let him come on down to Detroit and turn his career around, man. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get to it. Here you see the Giants defense, man. Another team that I'm not as familiar with. Haven't played them that much over the past few seasons that I have done in my franchise. But you see the defense right here. They still got Jabril Peppers. Probably still tough on offense. We're going to see. Let's see what it's shaking on. Nonetheless, make this pass right here. And Tariq Black, it's a tough little first offensive drive. We're trying to get some things going. We ended up settling for a field goal right here. Nothing wrong with that on the opening drive. You know what I'm saying? Some points is better than no points. And this is the same thing that we had with the Cincinnati game. Once again, we're facing a team that we're not familiar with, but we can't look past them. As there you see a big mistake made. Pick six headed the other way. Abadebo going the other way, throws the ball in the crowd, man. He's hyped after the 30-yard touchdown return. And it's looking like we're going to have a walkthrough right here. But once again, I told you, we don't want to look past our opponents. And then you see the run. Once again, by the homie J.K. Dobbins. He's going off early. There you see Saquon Barkley getting inside the mix. Man, I'm going to tell you, my team, what we do best is run that rock, man. You see I got J.K. Dobbins. You see I got Saquon Barkley. I told you I like using the fullback. I like to run the ball to set up the offense, man, kind of like how 2K, I like to use the inside game to set up the outside, man. I think you got to have a game plan going into these games when you play Madden, 2K, MLB, whatever it may be, sports-wise. You got to have a game plan going in, and you got to execute it despite the circumstances that are in front of you. Because, sometimes we get so caught up playing catch-up. That's why you don't want to get down early, that it takes us away from our game plan. And as you can see, my game plan is that ground and pound offense as another touchdown run by the Roaring Lion, as I call him, Nick Barron. He's in there, man, for a touchdown. The fullback gets another one. And at this point, we're stomping the Giants. Early work, early. Let's go ahead and flip over to the second quarter. Excuse me. We get sacked here, and the Giants are telling me, hold on, don't get too hyped yet. As you see, I fumbled it, and we're looking at a whole new game right here as the Giants step back, touchdown. So once again, you don't want to get too hyped up. Not too many highs, not too many lows. You want to stay even keel. And that's what we did right here. With 6 minutes left in the second quarter, Joe Ross is gone. My dude. Man, that dude is so fast, man. Sometimes I forget he's out there until I just see him speed past the defenders and end up wide open somewhere in the secondary, as he did here. Beautiful throw by Justin Herbert. Leads him right where it needs to. Gets him plenty of space to run. And, man, there was no chance that Giants defender was catching him. But he dove in the end zone just to make sure, just for a little bit of insurance. As right now the Detroit Lions are stomping out the Giants, man. Let's see if we can hold on to this lead, though. But, they got some haymakers still on the team. Some hit makers, Evan Ingram. That dude ain't no joke, man. You see, he rolls his way into the end zone after making a tough catch in traffic. All of a sudden, it's a one-possession game, man. Justin Herbert, where you at, dog? I need you to make some shake. Let's see what he can do here. There's 3 seconds left in the first half, and he bombs it out. And who else could it be but my G, Tariq Black, man, down there looking. Look at him doing the LT celebration in the end zone, man. This dude is something special, man. 1,000-yard receiving on the year. He would pick up in the midst of these 2 games that we are showing you in this one video. Tariq Black better be a Pro Bowler. You know what I mean? Only way I don't want to see him in there is if we get to make it to the Super Bowl. We'll talk more about my Super Bowl endeavors, man. If we don't win the Super Bowl this year, it's going to be a real problem. I'm putting so much confidence in this 2024-2025 team that, as you can see, I'm here bringing you the episodes on the BYC Gaming channel as we kick the extra point and we get ready to go into halftime. I'm going to let Jonathan Coachman tell y'all how we've been looking in the first half, as well as what's going on around the league.
Watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, Let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Kerryon Johnson with 2 touchdown runs. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Cortland Sutton, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Josh Rosen, 4 touchdown passes
this is
in the
where
victory.
I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breaker.
You see, that halftime show was really interesting as Trevor Lawrence and the Bears lose to the Steelers, a game that they were not expected to lose. Josh Rosen, 4 touchdowns. That's going to be very, very, very interesting to that NFC wildcard picture that we'll get a look at in the next episode when we get ready to match up against those New Orleans Saints. But right here, we got to show love to the Brody. Saquon Barkley, do your dance, my G. I mean, listen, Saquon Barkley, I mean, the Giants really dropped the ball by letting him go, but we appreciate you for letting him bring his talents to the D, to the Motown, you heard? Nonetheless, let's go ahead and move forward in this third quarter. Giants with the ball, 38-24 score on the scoreboard. Nice little throw right there, but boom! You see my dog Blake Martinez, former Packer, lights up the receiver, and instantly he loses the handle on the ball. So you know what that means, right? You gotta take the ball down the field and do something with it. Herbert moving around the pocket, trying to figure out what to do with it. He doesn't really have an open man, so he says, you know what, screw it. I'm gonna run it in myself. Another touchdown for my Detroit Lions. Another drive and another touchdown is J.K. Dobbins scooting his way into the end zone, man. Let me tell you something. The Giants weren't making it easy. This should have been a much, much bigger blowout, but they made it close down the end. We're going to leave with these thoughts from the announcers, and I'll check you next time on BYC Gaming. We appreciate you. Peace.
That many points allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Detroit, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week.
Bringing you classic gaming.